I know that you're experiencing the exact same things that we are in the school system. We have the same horrific stories and testimonies from parents. And so how did you get started on this in New Zealand? When and how did this come about?
Yeah, well, it's actually, thank you for having me on. And it's actually really interesting that you asked me that question because I started looking at it in 2022.
Mhm.
Obviously, I've been looking at the COVID stuff in 2021. And then in 2022, we were trying to look at what the changes were coming in sex education in schools in New Zealand. And it wasn't very clear what was coming out. But I actually looked to Canada and saw what Canada, but and America, but mostly Canada, to see how bad it was
Mm.
in Canada and to know that it was coming down the pipeline and New Zealand was going to get it. And I would say now, so that was 2022, 2023, and now we're in 2025, and New Zealand has caught up with where Canada is at.
Mhm.
And we currently have the highest number of children on puberty blockers per capita in the world.
Wow.
So it's blindsided us. And so seeing what was coming through countries like Canada has been awful but helpful to
Mhm.
sort of try and front foot it a little bit. But most people don't want to know what's going on with the kids until it presents in their own family because they don't believe it.
We're hearing the same story from one country to the other. And of course, when you have a global agenda, you have the United Nations mandating, the WHO backing them up, and this isn't natural. And they say, oh, children are finally they're free to say who their true self is. It's like, no, no, there is no such thing as a trans child. There is no such thing. Even if you talk about gay and lesbian identifying children in K to 7, it would be like 0.0001% of the population. And generally, it would have been tied to some sort of abuse, whether emotional abuse, sexual abuse, and even, individuals who went into their later teens and into the 20s. A lot of this identifying factors had to do with that. And they weren't born in the wrong body or they weren't born that way. There was outside influences affecting them.